Hello, and welcome to Just Say It, the podcast that turns beginners into confident English speakers. Each episode brings you real-life conversations, repeat after me practice, and fun cultural tips. Ready to speak up? Let's dive in.
Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever walked into a room and seen someone just shine? They speak up, they smile, they just seem completely at ease, like they don't worry about what others think.
Yeah, that kind of effortless presence.
Right. And then maybe you've had those other moments where your mind just goes blank, your heart starts racing.
Oh, absolutely.
And something inside whispers, don't do it, you'll embarrass yourself. That feeling.
It's very common. And what's fascinating here is that so many people believe confidence is this, I don't know, magical gift, something you're either born with or you're not.
Yeah, like you either have it or you don't.
But the work we've looked at shows us a really different story.
Exactly. So today we're exploring how confidence isn't some secret superpower, you know? It's actually something you can build step by step, day by day.
Like building muscle.
Totally. Think of it like building your inner strength, brick by brick. And the coolest part, these same steps that boost your confidence in life, they'll also make you feel way more confident in, say, your ability to communicate or learn new things.
Which raises a really important question, doesn't it? What truly is confidence then? And why do so many of us struggle to find it or maybe build it?
So what does this all mean? Well, we'll be looking at how to define real confidence, figure out what holds us back, and then, the practical ways to actually build it up. When we talk about confidence, a lot of people picture, the loudest person in the room. Or maybe someone who just never seems to make mistakes.
That's the common image, yeah. But it's often not the reality of genuine confidence.
Our thinking here suggests that's not really it at all.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, real confidence isn't about being perfect or never feeling scared.
Right.
It actually means believing you can handle situations. Even if you are nervous, even if you don't know everything, it's an internal belief in your capability.
And here's where it gets really interesting, especially if you're learning something new, like maybe a language. It's not about knowing every single word perfectly. It's about, raising your hand anyway, sharing your thoughts, being okay if you stumble a bit or make mistakes.
That shift is huge.
It really is. It's a completely different way of looking at it, right? That acceptance of imperfection as part of the process.
So, okay, if confidence is something we can build, this raises that important question again. Why do so many people still struggle with it? Why do we hold back?
Well, the materials we've synthesized point to some pretty common culprits. First up, fear. Big one.
Yeah, fear's huge.
Fear of failure, definitely. Fear of being judged. That classic, what if I completely embarrass myself thought. It can be paralyzing.
And what's fascinating here is how comparison fuels that fear. We look at someone else, maybe they're super fluent in English, or a colleague who seems so self-assured.
Yeah, you see them and think.
And immediately think, wow, I'll never be like them. It just creates this instant mental block, like why even try?
And then there's that little voice inside our own heads, right? The negative self-talk.
Oh, that inner critic.
Yeah. Thoughts like, I'm just not good enough, or maybe my English is terrible. Plus, past experiences can really stick with you.
They absolutely can.
Like maybe you remember that one time you made a mistake and maybe someone laughed or you felt foolish. Those memories can hold a lot of power.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these aren't just minor worries. There's significant barriers,
Right.
real psychological hurdles.
Right.
So the very first step, really, to becoming more confident is understanding what's actually holding you back, identifying it. Once you can name that barrier, you can start to take it apart.
Okay, so how do we start breaking those barriers down then? It sounds like it all begins with, changing how you think about it, your mindset.
Exactly. If you believe confidence is fixed, something you're born with, you're always going to feel stuck. It's a self-limiting belief.
Right, like I'm just not a confident person. End of story.
But the truth is, confidence is built. It's built through action. And this is where the whole idea of a growth mindset comes in.
The growth mindset.
With a growth mindset, you fundamentally tell yourself, okay, I can improve, I can get better with effort. But a fixed mindset, that just says, nope, I'll never be good at this.
And there's actual science behind this, isn't there? Our brains kind of pay attention to what we focus on.
That's right. It's like tuning a radio.
Keep repeating, I can, I'm terrible at this. And your brain literally looks for proof to confirm it.
It does. It finds the evidence.
But if you start saying, okay, I'm learning, I'm improving, even just a little bit, your brain starts noticing the progress instead. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It really is. And what's fascinating here is just how powerful reprogramming your mind can be. We see suggestions for using things like affirmations.
Affirmations, okay, like what?
Like saying, I am getting better at this every day, or I handle challenges effectively. Simple present tense statements focused on capability and growth. And visualization too. Actually picturing yourself, speaking confidently, handling that meeting well.
Seeing it in your mind first.
Yeah. And even gratitude. Taking a moment to focus on what is working, what you have accomplished. All these practices start to shift that internal narrative, that inner voice.
I love that, because when your mind starts to believe you're growing, your actions naturally start to follow, right?
They do.
And that feels like how real, solid confidence starts to actually take root. Okay, so mindset is key, definitely. But it can't just be all in your head, can it? It feels like you need to do stuff, too.
Absolutely. Mindset is the foundation, but confidence also grows when you practice it in small daily ways.
Like exercise, you mentioned earlier.
Exactly like exercise. You get stronger little by little, not all at once. You build that confidence muscle.
So where's an easy place to start?
But one of the simplest, most immediate things is your body language. Seriously. Stand tall, shoulders back, maybe allow a small smile, make eye contact.
Even before you say anything.
Yes. Even before you speak, your body sends signals to your brain. Standing confidently can actually make you feel more confident. It's a feedback loop.
That's interesting. Okay, and then when you do speak, maybe you're learning English, for example.
Yeah, great example.
Yeah.
You don't need super complicated vocabulary or perfect grammar to sound confident. The key is often to just speak a bit more slowly and clearly.
Sure. Okay.
Simple words, spoken with calmness and intention, sound much more powerful than, long rambling sentences rushed out because you're nervous.
That makes sense. Simple and clear beats, complicated and shaky.
Precisely. And this leads to another important point. Taking small risks every single day.
Small risks. Like what? Not jumping out of a plane, I assume?
No, definitely not. More like
Oh.
asking one question in class if you normally stay silent.
Yeah.
Or maybe greeting one new person.
Yeah.
Or just practicing one English sentence out loud, even just to yourself in the mirror. Tiny things.
So each little step counts.
Each little risk you take, each time you step slightly outside your comfort zone, you're laying another brick for that confidence wall.
And here's something crucial I picked up on. You got to celebrate those wins, right? Even the tiny ones.
Oh, absolutely critical. Acknowledge them, write them down maybe,
Yeah.
or just take a second and tell yourself, hey, I did that. I was brave.
Yeah, instead of just brushing it off.
Exactly. Because the more you recognize your own progress, the more evidence your brain collects that says, see, you could do this. And that's how confidence snowballs.
Okay, so you're working on yourself, taking small steps.
Mm.
But what about the world around you? The people.
Yes. The environment. It plays a huge role. You know that saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, there's a lot of truth to it psychologically. Surround yourself with negative, critical people. It's going to be really hard to feel confident. It just drags you down.
But positive, supportive people, they
Yeah.
lift you up, right?
They absolutely do. They encourage you. They believe in you. So for learners, maybe that means finding an English-speaking group that's welcoming, or joining a positive online community.
And sometimes it's about subtraction, too, like reducing the negativity.
Just as important. Maybe limiting how much negative news you consume, or unfollowing social media accounts that consistently make you feel inadequate. Curating your inputs.
That makes sense. Protect your headspace.
And there's this fascinating idea, sort of a psychological take on the upthrust effect from physics. You know how when you push something down into water, the water pushes back up?
Right, buoyancy.
Well, sometimes in life, when you feel pushed down by doubt, maybe someone says you can't speak well, or you'll never succeed, or you tell yourself I'm not smart enough, that pressure, it can actually become fuel.
Fuel.
It can trigger a kind of resilience, a pushback. Like, oh yeah, watch me. That external doubt can paradoxically strengthen your internal resolve.
So if someone has doubted you or laughed at your dream, the advice is basically don't get into arguments, don't try to convince them, just rise.
Exactly. Let your actions, your progress, your eventual success be the response. Let it speak for itself.
Wow, that's powerful.
And it underlines this truth. Growth never, ever happens in the comfort zone. Never.
You got to get uncomfortable.
You build muscle by lifting weights that feel heavy, right? Not by lounging on the sofa. Same thing here. You grow confidence by facing discomfort, like speaking up even when your voice shakes a little.
Or trying that new word, even if you might mispronounce it.
Precisely. Every time you step into that discomfort zone, you're stepping into growth.
So it's not about not feeling fear, it's about acting with the fear.
That's the core of it. Start small, try the new phrase, make a mistake, learn from it, try again. Each time, you expand your capacity.
But what about motivation? Sometimes you just don't feel like it.
And that raises a really important question about discipline versus motivation. Motivation is great, but it's unreliable. It comes and goes.
Yeah, definitely. Some days it's just not there.
What you really need is discipline. That commitment to act even when you don't feel motivated. Your goals have to be the driver, not your fleeting feelings. Feelings are just passengers.
So set the routine. Study even when you're tired. Practice that sentence even when you'd rather scroll online.
Exactly. Every time you win that small battle against inertia, against wanting comfort, you build self-trust. You become stronger.
It's not built in a day, is it?
No, it's built in those small, quiet moments, repeated over time. It links right back to that 1% better every day idea.
One word, one phrase, one brave decision.
Yeah. Small steps don't seem like much individually, but they compound. They add up to massive change eventually.
Okay. And one final point here.
Yeah.
You don't need permission.
Absolutely not. You don't need to wait for applause or validation from others. Real sustainable change starts when you believe in yourself.
Before anyone else does.
Before anyone else notices. Before it's perfect. Believe first. Do it for you. That internal validation is far more powerful than external likes or praise.
Okay, so while we're busy building up this confidence brick by brick, it sounds like we also need to kind of protect it from things that might chip away at it without us realizing.
That's a great point. Yes, protecting the confidence you're building is just as crucial. And there are some maybe surprising ways we undermine ourselves.
Like what?
Well, one fascinating idea is stopping the need to constantly explain yourself.
Explain yourself, like justifying your decisions.
Exactly. We often feel this pressure to give long reasons for our choices, especially if we say no to something. We worry about being misunderstood or hurting someone's feelings.
Oh yeah, I can relate to that. You say no to plans and then you feel like you owe them this huge explanation.
Right. There's a story shared where someone canceled dinner, sent this massive text, almost an essay explaining why, and still felt racked with guilt. The insight here is that sometimes a simple, kind boundary is actually peace. It's not rude. A simple, I needed some space today, or thanks for the invite, but I made a different choice this time. Hope that's okay. That's often enough.
So it's about self-respect, not feeling like every no needs a full justification.
Precisely. Not every choice needs to be understood or approved by everyone else. Recognizing that your peace matters, and you're not responsible for managing everyone else's reaction. Maybe even writing down a reminder like, my peace matters, can help internalize that.
That's interesting. And there was another small shift mentioned, replacing sorry with thank you. How does that work?
Yes. This is subtle but powerful. Instead of the default, sorry I'm late, try, thank you for waiting for me.
Okay.
Or instead of sorry to bother you, maybe thank you for your time. It shifts the energy from guilt and apology to gratitude and acknowledgement.
Less I'm a burden and more I appreciate you.
Exactly. It comes from a place of calm, not apology for simply existing. It builds that internal feeling of balance and strength.
That makes a lot of sense. Less apologizing, more appreciating.
And connecting this to protecting yourself.
Yeah.
It's really about setting healthy boundaries in general, including something called the quiet power of privacy.
Quiet power of privacy. Meaning, don't overshare everything.
Yeah. In our world, it's tempting to share every struggle, every thought online, or with everyone we know. But sometimes oversharing can leave you feeling vulnerable in a bad way, exposed, or regretful if people don't react how you hoped, or don't treat your story with care.
Like your personal struggle becomes gossip.
Exactly. Someone described it as their personal struggle becoming someone else's coffee table story. Some things are meant to be held close, processed internally, or with trusted few.
So not every feeling needs an audience.
Sometimes it just needs space, protecting your inner world, your peace. It doesn't make you cold or distant. It makes you grounded, strong.
Okay, and what about habits? How do they tie into confidence? Especially bad habits.
Bad habits are subtle confidence killers. They erode self-trust. They often sneak in quietly, right? Like one innocent look at social media turns into 20 minutes of mindless doom scrolling. Our brains love patterns, even unhelpful ones. They see them as shortcuts, often to comfort or avoiding discomfort.
So the trick isn't just to stop the bad habit, which is hard.
Right. It's often more effective to replace it. Give your brain a better alternative.
Like, instead of reaching for junk food, have a healthy snack ready.
Exactly. Or instead of the mindless scrolling, maybe commit to listening to just 5 minutes of an interesting podcast or reading one page of a book. Give your brain something genuinely nourishing to choose instead.
To swap it out.
And be aware of that golden window, that little moment, maybe just a few minutes, right before the habit usually kicks in.
The trigger moment.
Yes. If you can catch yourself in that window and consciously choose the new, better habit, like picking up the book instead of the phone, you might just break the loop. That awareness is key.
And be kind to yourself if you slip up.
Absolutely. Track progress, not perfection. Celebrate the days you do stick to the new habit, the streaks. Don't beat yourself up over the slips.
Lay one brick today. That's enough.
Exactly. And if the old habit comes back, instead of, ugh, I failed again, try asking, interesting. That habit popped up again. Why now? What was the trigger? Turn guilt into curiosity. Awareness notices, guilt judges. Noticing helps you learn.
That's a much healthier frame. And ultimately, this comes down to identity.
Yes. Shifting your identity is incredibly powerful. Instead of saying, I want to stop procrastinating, try framing it as, I'm becoming someone who shows up consistently.
Or for learning, I'm the kind of person who practices even when it's hard.
Exactly. When you start to see yourself as that person, your actions naturally start to align with that new identity. You begin to embody the confident, disciplined person you want to be. And that's when real, lasting change happens.
You know, these aren't just nice ideas. There are real stories of people doing this, right? Building confidence brick by brick, like Ahmed's story.
Ah, yes, Ahmed. He was apparently terrified of speaking English at work. Really held him back in meetings.
Stayed quiet, even with good ideas.
Exactly. Felt his English just wasn't perfect enough. But he started small. Just 5 minutes a day, listening to podcasts, repeating phrases like you suggested earlier.
Okay, just 5 minutes.
And slowly, gradually, he started adding small comments with colleagues. Then maybe a point in a meeting. It wasn't overnight, but over months. Those consistent small steps completely transformed him.
And now?
Now, reports say he not only speaks up confidently in meetings, he actually leads some of them. A total transformation built on tiny daily actions.
That's incredible. That really shows it's possible. You know, I've even experienced a version of this myself. I used to absolutely hate public speaking, like heart pounding, sweaty palms, the whole deal.
Really? You seem so comfortable now.
Well, thank you. But it took work. I focused on one tiny habit, just consciously slowing down my breathing right before I started talking, just focusing on that breath.
Just that one thing.
Yeah. And little by little, doing that consistently, the physical anxiety started to lessen. And eventually, I actually started to kind of enjoy it, connecting with the audience.
That's fantastic.
See, that's the thing about confidence, isn't it? It's not really about getting rid of the fear completely. It's more about learning to move forward with it, acting despite it.
That is precisely it. So if you're listening right now, please remember this. Confidence isn't some magic you're waiting to receive. It's a skill.
One you build.
One you build, step by step. Through your actions, through your mindset, and through the people and information you choose to surround yourself with.
Okay, let's really boil this down. If we had to leave everyone listening with just one key takeaway from everything we've talked about today, what would that be?
One key takeaway. I'd say this. Confidence isn't found, it's built. You build it through small, consistent actions, by actively managing your thoughts, and by choosing your environment wisely. It's an active process.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe adding to that, remember, confidence doesn't mean being perfect. It doesn't mean never being nervous. It just means showing up. Progress always comes first. Confidence follows. So, what does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, here's our challenge. Can you take just one confident step today? Just one.
Maybe it's speaking one sentence out loud in English if you're learning, or starting a short conversation you might usually avoid, or even just sharing your actual opinion in a meeting or class.
It doesn't have to be huge.
Not at all. It just has to be today. Because those small steps, when you repeat them, they add up. They become those bricks that build something really solid over time. Massive change starts small.
And to help you on this path, remember that resources are often available. Things like worksheets, reflection prompts, exercises designed to help you practice these ideas and build that confidence in English and just in life generally.
Absolutely. You really are more confident than you probably think. And every single step you take, no matter how small it feels, is bringing you closer to the person you want to become. Thank you so much for joining us for this exploration today.
Keep building that inner strength brick by brick. Keep going. We'll be here supporting you.
We'll catch you next time.
Fluency. If you found this lesson helpful, click the bell to never miss an episode, and leave a comment sharing your favorite tip. Until next time, keep practicing and just say it.